Here's what I was just thinking would be fun. In the comment section, you should type in any of my catchphrases that you keep hearing me say, but things that I have made up, like original things that I say a lot of my videos, just because I want to understand myself better. I don't watch my videos, you do, so I don't really even remember what I say most of the time in them. So what are some of my catchphrases? I'm just curious. With that being said, so yeah, just put it in the comment if you can think of some. With that being said, I'm going to officially start this video by saying one of my catchphrases, and that is, you reduce me to hair loss, I reduce you to psychology. And that is definitely the theme of this video. I was looking through the comments, and this one was challenging in a good way, and I like this. I like being challenged. I made a video called Hair Transplant. My actual insecurity is if people think that I am not confident. And Gio Nico had this to say, quote, just because someone has something they feel insecure about doesn't mean you're not confident. Personal opinion, end quote. So I asked our friend to expand on that, and basically he was kind of backing up something else that in real time today that I've come to the conclusion of, and that is for me, because as he goes on in the comments, he's talking about how confident people, even if their flaws are not obvious and their insecurities are not made public, everyone has insecurities. And I talk so much about how what matters less is how much hair you have, and what matters more is how much confidence you have, because that's how people actually perceive you as an attractive man. That's definitely more attractive than having hair. And for me, that's obvious, but so many of my subscribers, it's not. And so well, again, in my real time today, I was walking around where I work, and and I guess Max and Robert are right. That's why it is good for me to have the selfie stick and walk around and do those low quality videos, because a lot of times things are extracted out of me that wouldn't normally happen. And that was a revelation I had as I filmed it, was that when I said out loud, without thinking about it, that my insecurity is that I don't want people to think that I'm not confident, because I am confident. And it's a big part of my identity is that people perceive me that way, because I am. I do not want to be misunderstood as someone who is not confident, and it shows you my value system. Hair, 0. Being perceived as confident, 10. It's one of the things that matters most to me, is that people perceive me as a confident person, because that's my role in society, is to be the person that people see as a mentor and someone that they trust and model themselves after. Okay? That's important to me. And I know that it's one of the most masculine traits a guy can have, is to be perceived as a confident person. And I am. But it's another thing to make sure that people are convinced of that. And that's my weakness, though. That is my weakness, ironically. And I guess it's like that cliche when people go in for a job interview and the cliche question is asked, well, tell me about your strengths and your weaknesses. And the person says, well, actually, my weaknesses are my strengths. I'm so dedicated, and they give some stupid thing. But that's kind of how it is for me. That's where I'm at in my maturity level as a 37-year-old man. All the stuff I've lived through and overcame in my life, I've gotten to the point where now, and it's funny because I don't know, I'm a month into a new job, and it's challenging, it's hard. Most people wouldn't be able to do what I do for a living. But ultimately, I go by the catchphrase, fake it till you make it, then shake and bake it. Because fake confidence is the exact same thing as real confidence. Just like pretending to be nice, if you do it right, is the same thing as actually being nice. So even when I'm not actually confident in what I'm doing, as long as people think that I am, that's all that matters. As far as this concept of not worrying about what people think about you, most of the time that is true. Most of the time it is important for people not to worry about what people think about you. But I guess it comes down to what your image and your identity is. For me, I've branded myself on this channel, and in reality, is the guy who doesn't care about hair loss because he knows that psychology is more important, aka confidence. I'd rather be a bald, confident guy than to be a 40-year-old or 50-year-old guy with a perfect head of hair and is insecure. You know, and what's funny, even about my body, you know, I'm not a muscular guy. I mean, I'm not overweight or underweight, but I don't have muscles under this shirt. I'm not gonna look like Paul Rudd, surprisingly, in Ant-Man. He takes off his shirt, like, wow, he's ripped, right? That's not gonna be me, I don't think, at any point in my life. But chances are, I have a much more confident view of myself in this state than a lot of guys who have a bunch of muscles and perfect hair. They have more insecurity than me, and I think that's amazing. You can see how much I value being a confident person and being perceived that way. So therefore, if anything is a threat, it's that anyone would misunderstand me and think that I'm not confident. And that is my weakness.